All right. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to meeting number 274 of Bright Beginning Toastmasters Club. I'm Anshuman Mishra and I'm going to be your Sergeant at Arms for today morning. The mission of a Toastmasters Club is to provide a positive and supportive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self confidence and personal growth. To ensure this, please follow certain ground rules. Please ensure that all the cell phones are on silent or switch off mode. You have 10 seconds to check. Please speak responsibly about religion, sex, or politics in your respective roles or speeches. Use the feature of raising a hand, applause, and thumbs up when needed. Don't use Zoom messaging in between the speeches until it is required. Then, not required, please put yourself on mute during the meeting. If you're playing the role, no need to check whether you're audible or not. One of us will let you know if your sound is coming or breaking. Please make sure that all the role players have added role name as prefix to and real name as suffix to the username of the meeting. For example, I put in Sergeant Arms underscore Anshuman. You have 10 seconds to check and implement if not done already. Now, I'd like to hand over the stage to our brilliant presiding officer who has been steadfastly and with all this passion, as always, driving the club to the success it has achieved of late. Bright Beginning remains bright due to the effort of our presiding officer, Toastmaster Aryan, and the amazing EC that we have, which drives our club. I'd like to hand over the stage to Toastmaster Aryan to take it away. Over to you, Toastmaster Aryan.
Thank you for that, Toastmaster Anshuman. Great to have you back. It's been a while since we've seen you. Today, I want to tell you a story. When I first joined Toastmasters, I wanted to deliver a speech at an external club, but my speech was not ready. Suddenly, I saw an opportunity for an offline speech. I would never get offline speech slots. And it turns out the meeting is an IP extension, which is from Gurgaon, where I live, 1.5 hours away. And my speech is also not ready. So I decided I'm gonna go in a metro. On the way, let me take this little notebook. I'll write my whole speech in there, and when I reach there, I'll deliver the speech over there. Now it's been 2-3 months since I've been trying to finish the same speech, and I'm just not satisfied. I'm a perfectionist. I want the speech to be absolutely perfect. Only then I will deliver the speech. So I leave. I'm trying to write in the metro. None of the points I'm writing are satisfactory. Eventually, I reach and the meeting begins. Speech is still not ready. I'm still trying to write, and my speech slot comes up. The speech was still not ready, by the way. But I had to go and I had to give the best of it that was possible. And I just rambled and rambled on, and I got eliminated on time. But when the meeting ended, everybody in the room was like, that was such a good speech. This story, I could feel your emotions in the story. How come you've given so many speeches, you've completed one pathway. And I kind of learned that when you give a speech before you're prepared to give it, you become a much better speaker. If you were just here to come on stage and do exactly the same thing and kind of giving a speech like a machine, then you wouldn't learn. And many times we get opportunities where we come on stage before we are ready, when we feel that we are not ready. And that is how we learn. That is how we expand what we are capable of. Today, I want to offer you, all of you, an opportunity. We had two speech slots prepared for today. One speaker we now have available, and the second speech slot is available. So, the second speech will be happening probably in 15 minutes from now. If anybody wants to challenge themselves, prepare a speech in 15 minutes, not be ready when it comes up, and deliver the speech. You can let me know in the chat. Um, I think with that, we can move on with the meeting. Um, Let me speak to the guests here. Hi, Meenakshi.
Hello.
How are you today?
I am really awesome. How are you? You all right?
I'm doing good. So, yes, hope you like the meeting. Any expectations or anything you would like to say before you?
Yeah, only one expectation, make it fun.
Yes, awesome. I have seen your message now for the second speech,
Yeah.
and well, let's note that in the agenda. And yeah,
Yeah.
with that, I can call upon our excellent Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Shonak. Over to you,
Thank
Shonak.
you so much, Toastmaster Aryan. Well, that was a very enlightening today morning. You know, your experience of delivering a speech when you were not at all ready and how you prepared at the last moment and delivered a phenomenal speech, like as always. But yeah, most of the time you are not prepared. But having said and done, our life is very unplanned. It doesn't go the way we plan majority of the time. So what it tells that we should be ready to deal with any circumstance. Maybe it's planned, maybe it's unplanned. So on that note, let's start today's meeting. So are you all excited for today's meeting? Perfect. Being your Toastmaster of the day today, the theme of today's meeting is Diwali. Since it's a festival season, so I thought why not to leverage this? We all are in the Diwali mood now, transitioning from Navratra to Dashera and moving towards Diwali now. But before I start with that, let's understand the structure of the today's meeting. Today's meeting is divided into three different sections. The first one is the prepared speeches, where our speakers will deliver prepared speeches or at times impromptu speeches, as we are going to cover today. It's one of the cases. The speaker will speak for 5 to 6 minutes. The next section is the table topic, where a table topic master will give the impromptu topics to all the speakers, where they have to speak for 1 to 2 minutes. And the third one, which is the most important section of this entire meeting, is the evaluation section, where the evaluators will evaluate each and every speech, how the overall construct of the meeting is happening, and they'll provide their report at the end of the meeting, provide what were the good areas, what were the areas of the improvement that help all of us to make those improvements with every meeting. And that's what the whole purpose of these Toastmasters meeting, to bring the improvement and to bring the best out of everyone. So with that note, let's start today's meeting. Diwali. So when I say Diwali, what comes to your mind? Toastmaster Aryan.
Lights, decorations, and a beautiful house.
Oh, your house or others house?
My house. I don't know.
Toastmaster Divya.
So my son dressed in ethnic outfit. I might not buy one for myself, but for his, as his size is changing every year, I might buy a new kurta for him.
Yeah. Toastmaster Anshuman.
Family gatherings, fun, lot of shopping for wife.
Perfect. So we all have such things, thoughts when we talk about Diwali. Well, you miss the element of food, which is one of the most prominent things, where we make sweets and a lot of stuff at home for the guests and for our own, consumption and all. And that's the beauty of it. The festival of Diwali is basically associated with what had happened in the past. That is basically the foundation of our culture. So it is said that when Lord Rama came after 14 years of exile back to their kingdom, he was welcomed with lights, and a lot of sweets, and people gathered there. And to celebrate that, we basically uh, celebrate Diwali every year. Now, there are a lot of other things associated with that. So, Diwali is not one of the day, it's being followed by five different festivals, 5 different days. So it started with the Lakshmi Puja, or we'll say uh, Dhanteras, the first day. Second is Choti Diwali. Third is the main Diwali, followed by Govardhan, and then Bhai Dooj. So, what is the significance of each of the day? Who can tell me that? Why we celebrate these 5 days? So, Diwali we know, but what about those other 4 days? Anyone would like to enlighten me over that? Let me tell you. Dhanteras, where we all greet and worship Lord Dhanvantri, who is basically the goddess of the prosperity. Second is Choti Diwali. Why we celebrate Choti Diwali? So, apart from Diwali, when Lord Rama came to his kingdom after 14 years of exile, after defeating Ravan, Lord Krishna also killed and make this world free from a evil called Narkasur. To celebrate that, we celebrate Choti Diwali. Then Diwali, we all know. Govardhan. I don't know, you might be aware of that or not. Long back, there were very heavy rains at the time of Lord Krishna King era. To save the villagers and everyone, Lord Krishna basically hold the entire Govardhan Parvat on his finger to save everyone from the heavy rains and floods. And to celebrate that, the Govardhan Puja is performed, where we perform different types of vegetables, people cook different type of vegetables and offer it to the nature. And the last one is Bhai Dooj, where it's more of a ritual where in olden eras it was where the sister used to come to brother's house and to tie sort of a rakhi and to celebrate it together, because now it's very convenient when there are different mode of communications. You're talking over phone, you can visit more often, but it was never be the case when, if we go back 200 or 300 years back, where the mode of communications, transportation was not that easy, and there were certain specific days where you can meet and greet your loved ones, your brothers and sisters, and the family gatherings used to happen. So it's a 5 day celebration that happens around Diwali, and that's what we celebrate as part of Diwali, followed by the other festivals. So I would like to invite each one of you and ask about their Diwali memory and what they love the most. So let's start with Toastmaster Harsh. Toastmaster Harsh, what is that you miss the most, and what are your most profound memories of your childhood or even till today about Diwali?
There's one particular memory that I have of Diwali. It was 2022, and at midnight, I was outside with my friends playing cards and having a drink. And while coming back, since it was raining very heavily, I met with an accident. I could not go to my home because my mom told me to not go outside as it is raining, but I still went. So I had a fear in me. If I went along with the bleedings and scratches, I'll also get scolding from my parents. So I quietly snuck into my house as I had a key on me and took a quick bath and went to the hospital to get bandages. The next morning, when my mom came to wake me up, she was surprised to see me all over with bandages. So that was a Diwali gift for me, which is very close to my heart, and I'll always remember, because the lessons I learned that day is not to disobey a mother. When she says do not go out, don't go out. So that was one of my best memories of Diwali. Back to you, TMOD,
Well,
Sean.
I should say that's the best learning that you get on Diwali. I won't say it's a gift, but yeah, I mean, Toastmaster Nancy. Hello, Toastmaster Nancy. Or Toastmaster Vineet. Would you like
Yeah,
to share
yeah.
your. Yeah. Okay,
Sorry, I was on mute.
no worries.
So it's not a memory. That's what we do on every Diwali. So my son is very passionate about opening a shop on Diwali. So what he does, on Diwali night, he opens a jalebi shop and he sells to everyone within the house. So he gets, so for one jalebi, he gets 500 or 1000. It's so expensive, but he does every time. So this is, I mean,
He'll
this is what we do on every Diwali. So he likes it and what we do it.
wow, he'll be an entrepreneur. Toastmaster Vineet.
Yeah, thank you, Toastmaster Shona. So I have a very interesting memory when you just asked me, just clicked me. Back then, in my childhood, we had a tradition that every Diwali evening, we used to go to every temple near our house and light diyas before lighting at our home. So that one Diwali, I don't even remember the year. It must be 20 years back. When we started lighting diya on the first temple and we came out, I didn't find my slippers. So one of my friends was also with me, along with my mother. He said, "Why don't you wear someone else? Because someone else weared your slipper." I said, "No, I can't." My heart was not allowing it to me. Then I walked over barefooted to rest of the temples around 4 5. So I walked around 4 5 kilometers barefooted. By the time we reached last temple, when we were closing the circle, and we came out of that temple after lighting there, I found my slipper there. So that day I realized whatever is yours is yours. You just have to keep some patience. It will come back to you.
That's a beautiful story. So on that note, let's start with our prepared speeches first. Shitej, okay,
Uh,
my child once
I
launched a
will have.
rocket horizontally and exploded in my neighbor's house. I have the similar story to tell. You still love crackers. Now hate both of us. Wow, that's wonderful. Now, on that note, let's start our first section today, which is the prepared speeches. I would like to call upon the general evaluator of the first speaker, Toastmaster Aryan, to come and explain the speech objective of Toastmaster Divya's speech and the speech title. Over to you, Toastmaster Aryan.
Yes, let me just introduce the whole evaluation section of the meeting once. I'll call upon my tag team and then we can go on to prepared speeches. So, hi everybody, I'm the general evaluator today. I'll be evaluating the whole meeting. I have a tag team with me who supports me in evaluating the meeting in different ways, and I'll just call upon all of them one by one to explain to you what their role is, what they will be looking at. First, we have the timer. So, in timer, we have to be Toastmaster Meenakshi who's helping us out. She'll just give you a brief about what she's doing. Over to you, to be Toastmaster Meenakshi.
Yeah, so I'll be timing the speech. The speech should be within the time limit. So for prepared speech, it's 7 minutes. When it's 5 minutes, I'll show you a green card. That means you're still within time. And yellow is for 6 minutes, that it's going to be 7 minutes soon. And this is the red card for 7 minutes, which is the hard stop. Thank you.
Yes, all right. Just to add a little bit, for table topics, the impromptu speaking section will have the green card at 1 minute, the yellow card at 1.5 minutes, and the red card at 2 minutes. And for the evaluations, the speech evaluations, we'll have green card at 2 minutes, yellow card at 2.5 minutes, and red card at 3 minutes. That is it for the timer. Now we also have a language evaluator who will be the grammarian and the accountant today. And I would like to hand over the stage to our language evaluator, Toastmaster Harsh.
Thank you, Toastmaster Aryan. Just as a food is incomplete without its ingredients like salt and turmeric, speeches and the way we speak is incomplete without the grammar that we use, the words that we use, the phrases that we use. So, as the language evaluator today, I will make sure to listen to everyone who is speaking and make note of good usage of grammar, bad usage of grammar. I'll also make notes of fascinating words, phrases, or different kind of anecdotes that you share. As the aha counter, I'll also make note of the filler words that you use in your words, in your sentences, like ahs, ums, and words that you repeat. Also, as the language evaluator, it's my duty to share the word of the day, which I'll share in 1 second. Keeping in line with the theme of Diwali, the word of the day is radiant. Meaning is shining brightly, full of joy and energy. Usage, her radiant smile lit up the room just like Diwali lamps. I'll share this in the chat as well and hope that everyone use this word at least once in their speech will all which I'll also make note of and share at the end of the meeting. That's all. Back to you, General Evaluator Toastmaster Aryan.
Hi, can you please write the word of the day in the chat box as well? I kind of missed it. Sorry.
Yes, I'll be putting that in the chat.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Toastmaster Harsh. I think with that, we are ready to move to the prepared speeches. And over to you, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Shanak.
So I would like to call upon you, General Evaluator Toastmaster Aryan, to come and introduce the speech objective of Toastmaster Divya's speech and the speech title.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shaunak. I believe the speech title is Three Rupees of Communication. No passe projects, just trying to deliver a relatable speech via online mode. So, as an evaluator, I have to check whatever the positive and what she needs to improve on needs to be done. And as an evaluator, I also need to check other recommendations, what she could do and improvise in other speech sections as well in the future, in the coming future. And that is it for me. Over to you.
So I would like to invite Toastmaster Divya to come and deliver her speech.
Hi, good morning, everyone. So just checking, is the internet all fine? It seems a bit
Yes.
patchy at my end, but anyhow, thank you.
So, Toastmaster Divya, 3 hours of communication. 3 hours of communication, Toastmaster Divya.
I will start by asking you all a very simple question. Have you ever delivered you a speech like you are full of passion, you have all the facts, logic, and message in your speech, but it felt flat in front of audience? Has it ever happened?
Lot of time.
Right, right. So what is that? Is communication is not just about what we are saying. It is also about what people are hearing, what they are believing, and whether they are able to agree with you or not. Here in Toastmaster, the audience is very supportive. The 5 to 7 minutes which are allocated to you are given to you, and everyone is ready to hear to you. Like there is evaluator who evaluates you, there is a timer who times you, and there is a grammarian who checks the usage of right and incorrect usage of grammar. But when you step out in the real world, do you find such kind of audience? No. The audience won't always be willing to hear to you. They won't be willing to agree to you. Now, don't go down the memory line and start remembering tough conversation which you had with your managers or your bosses, probably, right? So there is a different set of audience, and just for the sake of understanding, we will divide them in a four broad categories. Okay, there could be many more also. So the first one, which we already spoke about, is the one like they are very agreeable and supportive to you, right? The way we are. The second set of audience, which you also tend to meet, is hostile. They are sitting and listening to you with a mind that they will disagree to you, whatever you say. You have not even spoken your mind, but they have already prepared their argument by which they're going to counter you. Have you ever met such kind of audience? Okay. The third set of audience is apathetic. Like they are not interested at all in whatever you are saying. They might pretend to listen to you. They might be nodding their heads as well. But in their mind, they are making their own plans. So they might pretend to listen to you, but on actually they might be busy on their phone or they are busy with their notifications. Have you ever met such kind of audience as well? It's very difficult to gather their attention, but I will tell you more about them as well. So the fourth kind of audience is uninformed. They are not related to your subject. Very vague or very broad example, like you are talking to set of audience, you are telling them about Pythagoras theorem, but they don't know countings or numbers as of now. So what do you think? Will they be able to understand about Pythagoras theorem? No. So how do we deliver to such audience? How do we communicate through resistance, indifference, and disinterest? I would like to share a very simple personal example so you are able to understand the context of powerful ways of communication. So I was having a conversation with my 6-year-old. I was telling him brushing is very important, right? Brushing is important. I showed him scientific videos that brushing help you clean your teeth, you won't get cavities, but he was still not ready to brush his teeth. I even gave him warning. I will cancel your TV time if you do not brush twice a day. What do you think? Did he agree to it? No. So I had an idea. I told him, do you know superheroes fight villains same way the brush fights cavity monster? He was fascinated by the ideas. I literally used the word babu like he was 4 or 5 years old then. And he was like, Mama, does it really happen? And he started brushing twice. Though he requested for a brush which has a Batman logo in it, Batman sticker on it, and I got him that. So you can get to the different audience by being relevant to them. You have to tell them what actually they want to hear. You have to communicate with them in their own language. So there are three important R's of communication, which is realism, relevance, and relatability. We will talk through all three of them one by one. So first is relevance. Like when you are talking to your audience, you have to be relevant. Very simple example of Steve Jobs. When he launched his iPad, he did not tell his audience that this is 4-inch device which has 5 GB of memory. Instead, he said, anyone remember his famous line when he launched iPod? Here, I am giving you 1,000 songs in your pocket. He actually spoke what people wanted to hear. So you have to be relatable to the audience. The second is realism. You might tell your data and facts, but people will tend to forget it. You have to give a realism to them. Like I would like to give example of Malala Yousafzai. She did not tell about how many terrorists are there in Afghanistan and how she is affected by them. Instead, she gave a simple example of how she is being shot in her head for demanding to go to school. So people don't remember what you say, people remember how you made them feel. She was trying to put hostile or apathetic audience in that story. The last one is very important. It's about being real. So tell me, so if someone is delivering, what do you prefer? A well-rehearsed speech which do not have any grammatical mistakes or any poses, or it's like scripted and robotic. And the other one is the person is delivering with few errors, with being real. Which one you will be able to relate more? But there is a beauty if you are able to build polishness in your reality. So that's what polished speaker do. So just try to remember all these 3 points when you are delivering next. Try to be relevant to your audience. Try to be realistic and use relatability. So next time when you are using all these three uh, parts of the speech, you will not just be communicating, you will be actually influencing people. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Divya. That was you pick up the very right topic, and I believe all of us have come across these things while delivering, not just only by delivering speeches, but while communicating with other members as well, or friends in the families, where we understand, how is their response, and knowingly, unknowingly, we are also part of that audience at times when someone is speaking and we are either on the phones or totally disconnected on what the other person is saying. So it's a learning for all of us as well, where we have to take care of these such etiquettes when someone is talking to us or trying to convey their message. Thank you so much. Moving on to our next guest speaker today, Toastmaster Meenakshi. So first of all, I would like to give a big round of applause to her for taking this prepared speech role where she is delivering an impromptu speech, and the speech title is "You Are the Story." You are the story, to be Toastmaster Meenakshi. And evaluator, I've taken your role, but I believe Toastmaster RN, you are the general evaluator for to be Toastmaster Meenakshi, right?
Toastmaster Nancy will be evaluating Toastmaster Meenakshi.
Okay, perfect. So, Toastmaster Nancy, I've already introduced the speaker.
Yeah.
So, over to you to be Toastmaster Meenakshi.
Just a second. I have a question for you. Do you want to know the truth? Choose wisely, because once you see it, you cannot unsee it. Do you remember the iconic scene from movie Matrix where Morpheus hands out two pills? The blue pill will make you sleep and you keep living the life of illusion. Red pill wakes you up and you see the world as is. Most of us think that we are brave enough to take the red pill. But here's the truth. Most of us are taking this blue pill every single day, not with our mouths, but with our brains. Not in a form of a drug, but in form of some limiting beliefs, some deeply conditioned thoughts. I must work hard to be successful. If I rest, I fall behind. If I fail, I lose love. Now let me see your hands raised if you have believed any of it, even silently. Yeah, quite a few of us. Yeah, thank you for raising your hand. That is Maya. That is Maya, the illusion that has wrapped itself around our identities. I remember a Diwali night, guests have come in and everyone having a good time. And as kids, we are also roaming around here and there doing random stuff. But yes, one aunt of mine just called me and asked me, what do you want to become when you grow up? For 8-year-old me, it sounded like a beautiful question, like I have the whole sky to choose from. I can be anyone. And very excited, I told her, you know what? I want to become Miss Universe. I want to travel. I want to inspire. I want to say this message out loud that love yourself, be radiant, be full of energy. And the room of air changed. Like I said, something that would kill someone. But the truth is, the question wasn't about what I want to be. Question was, they were asking me to choose from the script, doctor, engineer, or lawyer. And the answer that I gave was indigestible. People couldn't really understand that why I want to become that. You know, a lot of times when I went to my parents and asked them, can I do this? They never said no. They said, ah. And later I realized they are not saying no. They are actually giving me the framework, which I'm going to share with you today. If you find yourself stuck in some situation, like 8-year-old me realized that, yes, you do have freedom to choose your dreams, But that freedom comes with condition, and that shaped my reality until I realized that I am not living my life. I am not choosing. I'm just repeating somebody else's fear, somebody else's conditioning, somebody else's script. I am not being the writer of my own story. I'm just playing a character in somebody else's story, which is handed to me as in form of a script. So here are 3 A's that I want to share with you that I learned through this journey. Number 1 is awareness. Be very aware where you are, who you are, what you want to become. Are you doing this job because you really want to do it? Or you're doing it because it looks good on your LinkedIn profile, because it's fancy to tell everyone? That's awareness, where you question everything, why you're doing it. Number 2, so we just heard about awareness. Number 2 is alignment. Alignment with what? Aligned your value with your actions. Your values, understand what are your top 5 values. Is it time, money, love, freedom, spirituality? And just do an alignment check. Where are you spending most of your time, energy, and money? If both of them match, it is definitely an alignment. If they don't match, there is a mismatch, misalignment. And what do? When our car gets out of alignment, we go and take that car to a mechanic to fix it. So let me be your mechanic today and fix this alignment thing. All you have to do is just for an alignment check, just understand what are my 5 values? What do I prioritize? And just check where are you spending your time, money, and energy today. If you think it's a mismatch, try to spend more time in your top 5 values. We just learned awareness, alignment. Number 3 is action. If you hear a very good, inspiring speech, if you go to a retreat program and you're super energized to bring about the change, but you don't take action within next 72 hours, your brain will register as important. But if you don't action it, there is a concept called synaptic pruning. And when that happens, your brain deletes all the information that it finds that you're not acting upon. So action doesn't have to be very big or drastic that you change your whole personality in a couple of hours or days. Take tiny, small step to reinforce the belief that you have just learned. And your brain will register as important. You need to keep going and be consistent with your action. Just 3 simple steps. Awareness, alignment, and action. If you cannot remember anything from this session today, please do remember. The moment you stop living somebody else's story is the moment yours will truly come alive, because you are the story. Thank you.
Thank you so much to Toastmaster Meenakshi. Today we had 2 radiating speakers with their 2 radiating speeches, and we had our own takeaways with that. Thank you so much. Coming on to our first point, to Toastmasters Meenakshi, awareness. I believe, I mean, that's my own personal opinion. I mean, I'm not conflicting with your thought. When you ask an 8-year-old about what he or she wants to be, they only say what they have seen. I mean, if you personally ask me about, if you ask me today as well, what you actually want to be, I don't have that answer, because what all I am doing is something that what I have been get into first, and that's what I've been continue doing it till now. And if I think about doing something else, it will be aligned with what I know. So if you ask me what you want to be, I might not have that answer even today. And I think 99% of the people whom I have met have the same story, where they are just doing what they actually get into after their graduations or post graduations, or the first opportunity that clicked into their life, and that then they continue move into that. Someone has, some people have changed their path considering how they met with other people, but I don't know whether it's something that they wanted to do, or it's just that they wanted to try their hands on something else apart from what they were doing. So that is, I my point on the awareness, because majority of us don't know what we actually want it to be. But let's not deviate from our topic. Let's move back to our topic today, which is Diwali. But thank you so much. Thank you both of you for giving such brilliant and radiating speeches. So let's start with our topic today. Apart from Diwali, I mean, about celebrations, food, and everything, what are the learnings from the Diwali? I wanted to ask each one of you. One day I was thinking, we all celebrate festivals and all based on the logic that comes with that, written in our historical books, or that came has been passed through our ancestors and all. But what we actually learn, and do we actually implement that in our life, in our day-to-day life, apart from just doing that celebration for 2 3 days and then get away with that and move on to the next thing? Have you ever thought about that? Yes, Toastmaster Divya.
It's a very apt question, in fact. And yesterday there was a Karwa Chauth celebration, and I was actually questioning why we are doing this. There are few things which are said not to be done while you are keeping a fast, and I went into full research mode, like why it is actually happening. I was able to find some of my question, and I agree that I have maybe twisted or like modernized the fast in my own way, which works for me, which helps me give purpose of the festival to myself. So coming to your question about Diwali, I agree, like there are few things which are said to be done, like put lights outside your house, clean your house, do puja, celebrate with your family. But what's the true meaning of Diwali for you? So for me, I have kind of think about, like, instead of just cleaning my house, I will do a self cleaning bit also. I will try to build a connection with friends whom I have forgotten. Like, instead of just messaging someone, the one who really matter to me, I'm actually going to call them or speak for 5 or 10 minutes. So that's my thing. And I will try to, like, New Year resolution. I have kind of made it is a mini version of cleaning resolution with inside me. So the things which bothers me, I will try to move them away from me. And the one which gives me happiness, I will try to accept them. So that's for me.
Thank you so much. And that really says a lot, that we need to celebrate the true meaning of it rather than, just being get into the FOMO. Okay, he is doing this way, we are not doing that way. So we have constructed in a way where we are celebrating cel all these festivals based on our own convenience rather than actually understanding what is the whole purpose of it and what should we derive from it. So for example, for me, why we celebrate Diwali? Because see, we have set certain conditions for ourselves to take actions on that. Okay, if certain conditions are met, then we'll do that. So Diwali is one of the festival where why we do the cleaning. Because if we'll not do the cleaning, we'll unnecessarily collect the clutter in our houses, in our own self. So it's very important to get it refresh, to get it clean. So through cleaning, you are not removing the clutter which is in your house. Otherwise, you will never be able to get out of that clutter. So you have to clear that clutter to get into something new. And that is both physically as well as mentally and around your surroundings as well, from the purification point of view. Another learning, when Lord Rama accepted the 14 years of exile, was he at fault somewhere? Or has he done some fault for which he was being punished for in 14 years of exile? No. It was enforced on him because their other mother was not happy, considering he'll be crowned as a king, being the eldest one, and he wanted her son to be seen as the king. That's why he asked for a favor from the king, or Lord Rama's father, to send him for exile. But he accepted that wholeheartedly. He didn't deny, he didn't argue, he didn't fight back. He accepted that with a gracious smile. So what is the learning? Whatever hardships come into your life, accept that with a smile. Now, it's hard to say that because the person who is facing those hardships actually understand that. But if you will bound back or retaliate back, it will only add miseries for you. So accept that and embrace it with the open hands, because eventually that is something that's written as part of your destiny. So you have to go with that. Yes, after 14 years, there will be a separate story, or that change will gonna come. But effectively, we all have gone through that in some phases of the life, or may go in future as well. So rather being get spectacle or get anxious about it, accept what it is. Try to make things better for you, but don't get carried away with that. So that is the another experience or the learning I got from Ramayana, and which I also try to implement in my life. If there are any problems, try to face that, try to find a solution. And with time, yes, the way I used to react, that has mellowed down to the way I react now. And I believe as I go further, it will change further. So I'm not perfect, I mean perfect yet, and will never be, but at least a much better version what I was. Yes, to be Toastmaster Meenakshi, you were saying something.
Sorry to interrupt, but I really love both of the teachings that you shared, decluttering and accepting what we are. So, India is only country, or maybe a couple of them, but India is one country which has got festival all around the year. And this is one of the main reasons that we feel connected to our culture. It's one of the way that we can go back to our roots, because if we don't, we will never understand how our ancestors or past people were so happy and living life of fulfillment and purpose, which I think a little bit what I feel today, what's missing in a lot many people's life is clear purpose, what we are doing, why we are doing. It's just that we are following what they used to do. And storytelling is one of the things which is missing. People do celebrate Diwali, but people don't know what's the story behind it. It's much more deeper than Lord Ram going to Lanka and fighting the war and just coming back. There are micro short stories to tell you what exactly is a role of every single person inside Ramayana. So we all are playing character in this big Ramayana of universe, and we feel that maybe we don't matter, but each of us matters. Every story matters, every person matters. And if we see a smaller picture, if we see just us, we don't understand how can we contribute. But if we see the bigger picture, if we see the Ramayana whole collectively, every character was drawing the story towards the end, towards ending that darkness. So it's not about what everyone is doing, what leaders are doing, what others are doing, what I am doing to take the story forward of life. So our role is important as well.
Very well
Thank you.
said. With that, let's move on to our next section. And I am seeing a very radiating smile on our table topic master today, Toastmaster Vineet, with whom I'm expecting a very interesting session today. Over to you, Toastmaster Vineet.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sonak. We are already halfway to the meeting, actually more than halfway to the meeting. And here we are on the very interesting section of the day, and then impromptu speaking. A time for you to become radiant in your speeches. Who is going to be the first speaker? Anyone, any volunteer? Toastmaster Harsh, my favorite one. Would you like to take?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Going to give you the very interesting one, which can suit you. If you were a type of firecracker, if you were type of a firecracker, which one would you be? A loud bomb or a silent sparkle? Toastmaster Harsh.
I was 7 years old when I first burst crackers. It's a taboo in my house fire to use firecrackers even on Diwali. We believe that we can just celebrate Diwali in other ways as well. So as a child, I always used to see my friends lighting up crackers, launching rockets, using fulgari in their hands, and I always wanted to do it. So one Diwali, after telling and nagging about it a lot, my parents finally agreed. And the first bomb I used was a fulgari. It was a light sparkle that I used, and people use that to light other crackers as well. So if I had to be a firecracker, I would become that fulgari with a light sparkle, not because it not just lights itself but also helps in lighting others as well. So that's why I choose to be a light sparkle. Back to you, table topic master Vineet.
Thank you, Toastmaster Harsh. Essentially, you're lighting everyone else also. Let's move on with the next speaker. Uh, I think I have to choose again. Sanskar, my second favorite.
Yo.
Gen Z. So topic should be also from that. You people like to name things differently. If you could rename Diwali, if you could rename Diwali with a modern twist, what would you call it? If you could rename Diwali with a modern twist, what would you recall it?
Um, if I had to bring it with a different twist and a different angle to a Gen Z one, I would call Diwali a lit out heart session. Yo. Okay, and with that, I'll bring out all the firecrackers I have in the house with the rocket ships, which I don't know exactly the name, but one with the 40 rockets in them, and it just goes shoots for the 30 minutes and on. It goes and on and on and on. And with that, I would bring out that cone. Usually, I have actually left using firecrackers a long time ago as an environmental specialist and care for the environment. I have already left, and as Hirsch also called it, it's a taboo in my house. My father is also a lot into environment. We use EVs, and but if I had to, but inside me is a feeling that yeah, if I could just burst some crackers. I the feeling just to see them bursting out in front of me, seeing my friends and yeah, the scenes here also in the college, using a firecracker in the bathroom is also becoming a trending season right now. So with that, I would call it the lit out heart session. Yo, with that, over to you, Toastmaster Vineet.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sanskar. Laid out hard session. I will remember that. Okay, let's move on to the third one. Who is going to be the next? Aryan?
I'm writing down some evaluations. You
Oh
can
my God.
to be
I can
Toastmaster.
skip you then. Okay, then to be Toastmaster, who? Meenakshi? Would
Yeah,
you like to take
let's,
one?
yes,
I
let's
think
do this.
everybody's liking your speech. I think we should give you another opportunity.
Thank you. I love everyone here as well.
Yeah. So, very simple topic. If you were a Diwali sweet, which one would you be? Gulab jamun, Kaju Katli, or that one sweet which keeps shifting house to house?
Son papdi. Okay, if I have to be a sweet, I would love to be a kaju katli, a kaju barfi. The way it is, very organized, a proper structure, edges trimmed with that golden film over it, and people do eat it sparingly. It's not like people binge on it. People be very careful with it. So I think I relate to Kaju Barfi a lot because it's the right amount of nutrition, right amount of design, aesthetics, and that's what I think I am. I know I've been taught discipline a lot from childhood, and I think I did not experiment a lot with things I wanted to do, and that shaped my present a lot. So when I see something really organized, that reminds me of my past. Not that I am same person, I do experiment a lot, but yes, when you are confined to a structure, you're very organized. People do refrain from, which is why like Kaju Katli is slightly expensive. Some people don't buy it, you know, if they have got budget constraint. But Kaju, something like Son Papdi is readily available. You see everywhere. It's so you can be selective about being available, setting boundaries, and still just shine out and spread sweetness in people's life. So that's I think I am. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster, to be Toastmaster Meenakshi. It was very well said. I think Kaju Katli is everyone's favorite as well, and apart from being expensive. So yeah, well said. Move on to the next speaker, Toastmaster Nancy.
Yes, Toastmaster Vineet.
What is that one funniest or strange Diwali gift apart from Son Papdi you have ever received or given? What is that funniest or strangest Diwali gift you have ever received or given?
Okay. Like the way you mentioned Son Papdi. So everyone does the same, that giving Son Papdi to one house to another. So that's how we also were doing it. And we got 3 4 Son Papdis and we gave to 3 4 other relatives. What happened, that rotation was going, I mean, from one place to another place to third one. So what happened, the Son Papdi and the gift which we received from someone, they received that gift from someone else because we gave them. So from that time onwards, I mean, everyone decided not to give gifts to anyone because they keep on rolling from one place to another. So that was the funniest moment that happened during Diwali. Back to you, Toastmaster Vineet.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nancy. I got disconnected in between. I did hear half of your speech, but I'm sure it was funny that everybody's smiling at your speech. So kudos.
Okay.
Okay. I think we have spot for one more topic before moving ahead for our
Or
evaluation
Toastmasters
section. Yeah,
would table topic.
me?
Yes.
Yeah, sure.
All right. I'll open it up to the crowd. Any recommendations of a hard table topic you would like to give to
Oh
Toastmasters?
my God.
Anybody? Sure, Divya.
The way is deep. She will definitely come up with very hard.
No, no, it's very easy one. Don't worry. Tell us your ideal way of celebrating Diwali. Should I repeat? Your ideal way of celebrating Diwali.
Yes, thank you, Toastmaster Deva. I believe there is only one ideal way of celebrating Diwali. It's not just for me, but for everyone. Now, in this era, we all are living in a digital age.
Hey, the screen got froze.
thousands of miles apart from each other. They are not able to meet each other. They are just talking over phone, over a video call. There is no personal touch with respect to your dear ones and loved ones. So my ideal way of celebrating Diwali, if I could reunion all of my dear family members at one place and celebrate that festival together, I think then every day would be Diwali for me. That is my ideal way of celebrating. And God knows when that day would come, but I think if that day comes, that is my best Diwali. Thank you, and back to you. Okay, I think now we are running short of the time. So with that note, I'll hand over the stage back to you, TMOD, Toastmaster Shonak. Thanks for giving me the
Thank you.
opportunity for being tabletop master.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
so much, Toastmaster Vineet. Lovely table topics, lovely session. So, with that, since in the interest of the time, the only with that ending note of this theme today, my only request whenever you celebrate any festival, just try to understand the essence of it. Why do we celebrate that? And what is that we should learn from it? Yes, I mean, with time, with generations, modifications are going to come. And we should be open about it with open heart. But we should not dilute the overall essence of that festival, making it either too commercial or just for the sake of it. So just understand why we celebrate it, what we can take with that, and try to imbibe that. With that, let's move on to our evaluation section. I would like to call upon our general evaluator for today's meeting, Toastmaster Aryan, to come and share the report for today's meeting.
All right, thank you, Toastmaster of the day. And we are ready to move to evaluations. We are slightly short on time, so I'll be quick. First, I'll call upon both of the speech evaluators. We have Toastmaster Sanskar, who is evaluating Toastmaster Divya's speech. So, best of luck to you, Toastmaster Sanskar, over to you.
Team Divya, you made a wonderful speech on 3 hours of communication. The three communicators in our life we meet every day. You are full of energy, full of passion. However, I was not able to fully cover your speech because of some technical errors from my side, so apologies for that. Agreeable, pathetic, apathetic, and aggressive type of communicators. It almost made me remind of how the winning speech of words, of power of words, where how he tried teaching his son in a different way through different perspective, a different angle, how he can communicate his words and make him learn whatever it was. So I believe what you said is true. Having to come in terms with a neutrality with all the three of the communicators is rather difficult. And as an evaluator, I have kept a check on all the aspects: body language, your body of the speech, and your audio. Yet all of it in check. I found the 3 hours of communication an interesting concept and having great insights into the topic. Only thing I found missing was if you could have stood up and delivered the speech, it would have conveyed your message even better. In conclusion, great speech, and I wish you all the best for your future speeches.
All right, thank you, Toastmaster Sanskar. Over to you, the second evaluator. Toastmaster Nancy, you will be evaluating Toastmaster Meenakshi's speech. Are we ready?
Yeah, thank you, Toastmaster Aryan. First of all, thank you, Toastmaster Meenakshi, for taking up the impromptu speech. You started with a very beautiful note by taking an example from movie Matrix. Audience got hooked, and then you started with red pill by taking an example. I mean, red pill and blue pill, choosing the red pill, which could be comfortable or painful, but choose a red pill. So then you mentioned three A's. One is awareness, and then be aware of what you are, where you are, and what you want to be. and alignment and then actions. I mean, that was such a wonderful and motivational speech. Each and every line you mentioned was so motivational. So just that one point I wanted to mention, that visual of the speech was little delayed but audio was ahead. I don't know what was the reason, but we were not able to connect at that point of time. Speech was very good, but when we were looking at you, that little disconnect was there. Overall, it was just a wonderful speech. Structure and everything was good. So back to you, Toastmaster Aryan.
All right. Thank you, Toastmaster Nancy. Now I'll move to the tag team. We have the timer and we have the language evaluator. Toastmaster Minakshi, could you give your timer's report for the meeting? Over to you.
Yeah, thank you. So first speech was given by Divya. She timed at about 7 minutes 14 seconds, which was within time. We do have 30 minutes buffer. So very well timed. Thank you, Divya. And then it was my speech. I couldn't actually keep a time, but I was running the timer on my screen. It was within 7 minutes, 6 minutes,
3 seconds.
45 seconds-ish.
6 minutes 34 seconds, I believe. I had just clocked the time last.
All right. Yeah. Thank you. So that was also within time. Next, we had table topics. First, Toastmaster that spoke was Harsh. It was timed at 1 minute 29 seconds, which was within time. Thank you, Harsh. Second was Sanskar, 1 minute 18 seconds. Thank you. And then it was myself, Minakshi, about 1 minute 50 seconds. And next person that spoke was Nancy. She was timed at about 1 minute 10 seconds. And I couldn't time Vineet very well because his video was clipped. So, but it was within time. It was up somewhere around 1 minute 40 seconds. And then we had evaluators. We had first Sanskar. He was fairly within time, about 2 minutes. And then Nancy was timed at 1 minute 18 seconds. So everyone was within time. Thank you very much. It's just that evaluators could have taken a little more time. It was just half your time. You could have utilized entire 3 minutes, but that's all right. Thank you.
All right, thank you. I'll move over to the language evaluator for his report. Toastmaster Harsh, over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Aryan. Let me quickly share my screen. What incredible speakers we have today. I was tasked with noting down bad usage of grammars and all the R's and ums, but my ears were deprived of that happiness of finding those R's and ums. So here's my report, starting with the R counter. I No one said any R or um. I'm speechless. I might have said, but I did not note my down. Going down chronologically, TM Aryan 0 hours and arms. TM Divya during her speech 0 hours. TM Minakshi 0. TM Sanskar during the table topic 0 hours. TM Minakshi 0. TM Nancy 0. TM Vineet 0. TM Sanskar during the evaluation you said R 3 times. TM Nancy you said 0 times. Moving to the language report, it's visible, right?
Yes.
Yeah. People who use the word of the day, TM Shaunak and TM Vineet, kudos to you guys. I did not find any improper use of grammars today. Moving on to the great usage of grammars, TM Aryan said the word rambled. TM Shaunak used the words hardships, mellowed down. Fascinating. TM Divya used the word apathetic and hostile. TM Minakshi said writer of my own story, sparingly confined to a structure. TM Sanskar used the word taboo, TM Nancy used rolling over, and TM Vineet used in this era. That concludes my report as the language evaluator, and quite it's seldom that a language evaluator could not find any R's and Ums. So kudos to you all for that brilliant speaking skills, and I hope this continues for future meetings as well. Thank you, and back to you, General Evaluator Toastmaster Aryan.
All right, time for my report. I'll keep it comparatively short. Um, let's do one thing also. I think the polling booth is ready. We have to vote for the best speaker, the best evaluator. So let's vote side by side while I give you my report. Everybody can open up the link in the chat and I'll go through the role players. So, Toastmaster Shonak, I saw that your theme really brought a new light to the meaning of Diwali or how we understand it. I did not know about Govardhan, I did not know about some of the events and how they connect to Diwali. You were really able to attach that very well, which I did not know. Uh, a couple recommendations for the future would be maybe to think about how you're going to split up your theme so that you can bring up one part in the beginning, one part later on. I felt like we slightly delayed the prepared speeches section, and you were not able to use your time. I think between speeches and table topics or after table topics. So if you can split that up, that's usually better. I'll move on to table topic master. Vineet, you always have great topics, good energy, you're able to engage everybody. That you did very well. No recommendations for now. As for the individual table topics, I'll go in sequence. Toastmaster Harsh, you found quite a good message with your answer and connected your answer to it, that you'll be able to light up our world and bring something good to us. That was good. I felt slightly that you hesitated in between. I was able to make out that you weren't sure, what you wanted to say. Maybe if you think about what next you want to say, if you're, for example, talking about I'm going to be a light, silent cracker, and next thing you want to talk about is I don't know how silent crackers are also a good thing. They're not just something, they're not just the underdog, for example. Then you can connect it somehow. You have to think about how you connect it because the connections are usually the hard part, in my observation. So you'll say, and the small crackers aren't as bad as people think they are because even the small crackers light up the room. So if I can be the small cracker, maybe I can light up all the rooms that I go to. If you can think of the right segue and think of what you're next going to talk about, then I think the hesitation would be less. That is my recommendation for you. Next, Toastmaster Sanskar. Toastmaster Sanskar, creatable topic. The content was good, and especially because the kind of topic that you got did not have a lot of content in it. You could have just said like 4 words, and that's it for the topic. You have nothing more to say. But the fact that you could use different stories about how Diwali is going on in your family, in your home, and your college, that was good. You were able to connect with it. Next thing I would want you to work on would be to bring a message into it as well about how people change, and even though we're doing the same rituals that people did 10,000 years ago. Now that we have changed, the names for it have become different as well, but mostly it's the same. Something like that maybe. Next, to be Toastmaster Minakshi, I'm blown away that you took up a speech slot last minute and did so well. Your table topic was also very good. It was relatable, you added a story to it, you were able to tell me about yourself through the suite that you chose. Next thing I would want you to work on as well would be the message again. About what message you want to leave me with. Because if you don't leave me with a message, then I don't remember your table topic. For example, maybe if you said, uh, did you notice that the Kaju Katli is in the shape of a diamond? And a diamond is built after a lot of pressure, after a lot of hardship. And diamonds are valued so much by humanity. They have been the universal notation of value when the globe was not connected as a whole. Even then, diamonds were of so much value. So I associate myself with the diamond because of the hardship that I have been through and the hardship that I continue to go through, because that is what makes me into a great person or whatever, right? Something like that maybe. Otherwise, very relatable, great topic. Toastmaster Nancy, I noticed a great improvement in you today. Uh, it was humorous, it was smooth. You did not It did not feel like you were hesitating at all. You were able to keep speaking throughout the topic, did not stop. Great improvement for sure. The small recommendation again would be to work on the message. And that is it for my general evaluator report. And back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much, our General Evaluator, today for providing such a descriptive report. And we all know what are our improvement areas. So let's work on that, come up with the improvement with the next meeting and meeting onwards. So, on that note, we are at the end of the meeting. So, I would like to hand over the stage back to our presiding officer today, Toastmaster Aryan, for the rituals and the closure of the meeting.
Toastmaster Hush, do we have all the polls?
I have one person remaining to cast the votes.
Yes,
I have
that's me. I'm just
seven
doing it.
responses. Okay. Let's just take 5 seconds.
All right. All right. What about now?
I'm just finding that link for the poll.
It's in the chat, Zoom
It's
chat.
on the chat.
Okay. 1 second.
Very lively meeting, I must say, today.
Meeting. We are ready with the results, Toastmaster Hush.
Yes.
Would you like to do the honors?
Yep. Let me share my screen.
All right. Let's make suspense also. Yes, drum roll, drum roll.
Okay. First category is the best speaker. Any guesses?
Toastmaster Divya. Toastmaster Meenakshi.
Very tough to call, I would say.
Toastmaster Shanak.
Yes.
It's very tough.
It was very tough, and the results say that.
Okay, let's see.
It's a tie.
Oh,
50%.
I sense that. I sense that. It would have been other way around.
Congrats. Yes, congratulations, Team Devyan.
So,
To be
so now
Toastmaster
both of you have to
Meenakshi.
give the party.
Yeah,
Yeah.
two parties from Meenakshi and Divya.
Divya.
Moving on to the next section, which is the best evaluator. Any guesses?
Toastmaster Nancy. Toastmaster Sanskar.
You're just repeating all the nominations. Okay, let's move on. It's Toastmaster Sanskar. Yay! Congrats.
Parties are flowing.
Yeah, yeah. The third section, best table topic.
Toastmaster Vineet.
Meenakshi.
Let's check. Toastmaster Meenakshi. Congratulations. Best role player.
Best role player. Toastmaster Shanak. Toastmaster Vineet.
Let's see. It's Toastmaster Shaunak with a 50% share of votes. Congratulations. And the next tag role player. There are only two nominations, so
Harsh.
it's TM Harsh. Thank you. All right, that concludes the result of the poll. Congratulations to all the winners and the nominations as well for participating. This gives us hope that we might also win that in the next coming meetings. All right, back to you, the presiding officer, Toastmaster Aryan.
All right, thank you, Toastmaster Harsh. Okay, I would like to do a small exercise with you all. So, Toastmaster Vineet, what do we do when somebody says the word of the day? Anybody? Okay.
What do we do when somebody said the word of the day?
Thumbs
Yes.
up.
We do a thumbs up.
We just dance.
Somebody says radiant. What do you do?
We show a thumbs up.
Yes. All right, great. It was a mini training. I did not see the thumbs up. That's why I just wanted to remind everybody.
Mm.
Anyway.
I thought you were going to say pom 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 pom.
Anyways, awesome meeting. Very, very happy about the meeting. And yeah, I'll just speak to the guests, I guess. Toastmaster Meenakshi, I really like the meeting.
Yeah, I really love the experience today. I've just attended one Toastmaster, which was somewhere from Noida. So I feel that it was really well organized, well timed, everything falling into place, very seamlessly blended in. I love the speaker, Divya. She gave a speech about communicators. Sometimes when we communicate, we feel it's all our fault. Why are they behaving like that? So it's not all on us. Some part of it is on us, which is understanding and how we can understand our communicators. And amazing speeches on table topics. People share their personal stories. I feel more connected now. It feels like I've known people, their experiences. So I think personal story really bring people closer together. Doesn't matter if you're meeting them first time. And everything is so well organized, well timed. I don't have to worry that if I have to go in next session and I'm running out of time. So that's a great job in itself, keeping it seamlessly blended together and still be able to finish in time. So thank you, everyone.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you all for joining us. And with that,